Shalom, 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 shalom. Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely early morning in which the Most High Ahaya has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm just coming with a little something this morning. I was thinking that of how these things need be and how he has spoken to my spirit. Deborah, it's okay, these things need be. And the more I think about how he said these things need be, it makes me realize that, you know, it's okay to feel relax in his arm. You know what I'm saying? So relax. I mean, really relax. Just trust in him. Because I was thinking, I was just around a lot of, not a lot, but several Mexicans. And I said, well, if it had to be a war against nation and nation, will the other 11 tribes join Judah? And it was said to my spirit, no. See, the way we are trying to paint the picture for the 12 tribes is off the chain. It's never going to reach that destiny in which we are trying to bring forth it so that we can unite and we can make it look like it's all about the children of Israel. The children of the whole house of Israel are more against each other than they are for each other. So, with that being said, I'm speaking of the other 11 tribes outside of Judah, along with Judah, meaning that the other 11 tribes, if there is a nation against nation on this earth, they will go up against you. Woo, Father, y'all. Is it that bad, Father? Is it really that bad, Father? And that's what it was laying on in my spirit. That if there had to be war and within a war, don't think that the other 11 tribes going to be for the tribe of Judah or be on the side of the tribe of Judah. Matter of fact, they'll be fighting against the tribe of Judah with the heathens and Gentiles. Woo, Father, that's some war within a war. And this is the point of where we understand spirit and truth. We got to get out of that fleshly understanding that man is orchestrating in our minds and in our hearts. They're orchestrating a way that they feel it should be based on their understanding of traditions. Tradition toward what? Toward the way they feel that things are going to play out and the way things are going. They can't even see beyond seeing, even that close to them, that the tribe of Judah has stirred up so much chaos amongst their own tribe regarding the 12 tribes and never gave it a thought. Where's the other 11 tribes? Never gave a thought. Why ain't they proclaiming Ahaya, Ahaya, or Yahuwah, or Yah? Why ain't they standing on the mountain? You see? Proclaiming the Most High, Ahaya, Ahaya. Where are they? What are they doing? You see? And then I was thinking, I said, Father, they got such a sharp kind of spirit about themselves when it come down to us. They really do, y'all. They really do. As if they are heathens. And I say now, if there was nation against nation in this war, within a war, what side would the Mexicans and other nationalities or other nations that are included in the 12 tribes? He said they would go up against you all and each other. Why? Because that is who they are. And because we are trying to make the tribe of Judah, just like we're trying to make the tribe of Judah, all that and some, and trying to make all these other tribes, 12 tribes, we in there, y'all. We are united. We are the Jacob's children, and don't even understand. We have such a divided spirit. They could care less about a Jacob. And you hooping and hollering on their behalf about a Jacob. And they're saying, well, what do you mean? You don't give a rat's about no Jacob, no Abraham either. They want to serve the heathen gods, the Gentiles gods. While you trying to make a pretty picture with 12 tribes. That leads me, guess what that leads me to, you guys? It leads me to fully understand the tribe of Judah is gone mentally. Their mind is gone. Their mind is gone. Even when they pushed out this whole new religion, Hebrew Israelite movement, their mind is gone, you guys. Because if you really think, the Father is saying to me, He said now, the war within the war will be people against people. So He let me know that the other 11 tribes would fight against and kill the tribe of Judah. Matter of fact, when we told you how deep He took it, He said Judah be out there killing each other like they doing now. The war within the war is not at its highest peak, and Judah is already killing each other. And they killing the one that bring forth their army. Woo, Father, that's deep. That's so deep. And it leads me to realize how gone people are on these devil platform, following anybody, even Sister Deborah, following anybody that said they Hebrew Israelites, even Sister Deborah. Only thing different from Sister Deborah, she's speaking spirit and truth. She ain't speaking nothing that takes you nowhere outside the bosom of the Creator. I can't take you to the religion and the cults or the cults or all these pages on YouTube. I can take you to the bosom of the Most High, the place in which I have been and I reside. But it's a sad thing. I'm like, okay, the Father, the war within the war, because I'm like saying, Father, Mexicans got a sharp attitude toward us as black people and every other nation. He said, yeah. But also, we don't understand as the tribe of Judah how we have conducted ourselves in the last 20 years among each other. We have destroyed our own nation within and without. So why should somebody look at us and marvel off of us? We walking around, our men walking around with their pants, they butt sticking out, and have the audacity to talk about the homosexual dressing like women. What about the homosexual dressing like women? What about your men dressing like women? You walking around with your pants hanging all the way down. I mean down. And women don't walk around, they don't care about their sons doing it, their husbands, their fathers, their brothers, their uncles, they don't care. Because if they did, they would have been told, these men, put your pants up. Have some integrity about yourself. Have some morals and some standards about yourself. You know, they don't say nothing. And they let these men allow these women to be out here fighting one another like they wild beasts in the jungle, while they film them and get pleasure watching women fight each other. And a lot of times, you all didn't even know this, it's be a lot of older women out there fighting. And if you only could tap in to why they're fighting, it will blow your mind. You'll say, well, why would they be out there doing that? But see, nobody asks that question. Because people are so set up in themselves to it's deep. It is deep how everybody is caught up in themselves. They could care less what's going on. But that's why the fire has to come now. Now, I wouldn't mess with the judgment. I would be more fear of higher because of his judgment coming on the ground. That's like Moses. I would be fearful for the people because of the judgment. You think the house of Israel afraid of a highest judgment upon them? Please. These people could care less. These people could care less. Because when he told me, he said, And this was about 2.5 weeks ago. He said, I said to someone to do this, and they didn't do that. They did this. But I knew that they would do that. But I gave them an opportunity. Because come judgment, they're going to stand before him. And he's going to ask them. He's not going to ask them. It's going, how would you say it, flash before them. When I told you what to do. And you turned away from it and did the pleasure of your flesh. A lot of people don't know. Ahia is trying you by the fire, as Sister Deborah speaks. A lot of you just think you just in there. I'm with him. I got him. I'm spirit and truth. And I know this and I know that. I believe this and I believe that. I do this and I do that. I'm this and I'm that. But ain't sealed not one calling, not one chosen position or purpose in you. You can identify is of Ahia. And we in such a midnight hour. So I just wanted to give that to you, that the Father was explaining to me that the war within the war is going to be even the house of Israel against the house of Israel. Now he wants you to understand, it's not just going to be in the United States of America. It's going to be all over the world, but the United States is the one that has fallen. And you're going to see the debris where people are going to be looking over at this country. You see what I'm saying? This is the country that's going to fall that hard. You see? The head got to be the tail. That's where we at, y'all. That's where we at. So, that's what's going to happen here in the United States. All over the world, people don't realize that the chip and the control of the people is the one world government system. Okay? But before that come into play, this country is going to fall so low till you're going to see the reaction of the people in this country cutting up on the floor. They're not going to even trust each other. Let no one trust you. So I can feel that the vibes have changed, and it is a big difference today than yesterday. Every day I can feel the vibes. I can feel the darkness overshadowing all beam of light. Okay? So with that being said, I say unto you, understand, it's not over until Ahia has shown you the whole overall that it's over. When he said it is over and it's finished, it means that he ain't coming here to rescue you. He ain't coming in here to save you in nothing. Once you're gone here is when he's going to take you from there, from that end on. So something's got to take you even further than being gone here. And because that has to happen is because you have rejected everything that he has sent, he has stood for, his word has spoke of, his word has stand on. It has been totally rejected. So now the fire is going to boost the judgment that he has in the midst. Okay, so the fire is going to help out the judgment that he has in the midst. So when you start to see things really getting worse than it has ever been in your own eyesight or in your own time that you've been here on the earth, then you will know the fire Ahia is at hand. Because, really people think that he can't do what he said he's going to do. He can't be about what he said. But that's the only way I noticed Ahia has been able to show up and show out is when the house of Israel is totally out of whack. Totally out of whack, where he just said, that's it. Bam! That's when he come in. You see, because it's not so much as the world totally out of whack, because he don't bother Satan's. But when those that I am looking to and been beholding get out of whack, I'm coming. I'll be right back. And that's what he was trying to tell Moses. And that's what he told many, many prophets to go tell them this, go tell them this. When they didn't do it, guess what? The prophet had to go back and tell them what Ahiah about to do. And what did the prophets go back and tell them? When he's going to destroy you here, he's going to do this, and he's going to do this, and he's going to do this. And all of it, most of it had to do with destroying him. That's why they got rid of the prophets. They didn't want to hear that there's an end to all the stuff that y'all doing in the hands of Ahiah. His power is going to destroy. So what they do, they kill off the prophets that's telling them the warning. You see? So that's why I say I'd rather have my subscribers down to one than up to millions. You get what I'm saying? Because I know that the power rests in the narrow gate and not the broad gate. See, people bent because this here is bent. Their mindset is that, oh, if I can get over here with all these people at, then I won't be the only one die. That's the way I can see it. You won't be the only one die, but you'd be the only one. You'd be one of millions in the broad gate. I've even driven places all the time, and I wonder why are everybody in this long line and there's two other lines. Even sometimes it be two lanes. Why is everybody in this one backed up and there's another lane? With me, even in the stores. Why are y'all in the long lane and it's other lanes? It doesn't make any sense to me. What I mean is, let me clear that up. I guess it is sending me a warning. Stick to the narrow gate there. Stick to the narrow gate. You're always fine. So when you see a long line of people lining up, go on over to the next line there. When you see a long line in the store and other lanes open, go on over to the next lane there. It's letting me know through seeing these things and recognizing these things as in the everyday, daily activities, people follow the multitude. Because they think that's where it's at. Like they getting something out if they stand in the long line. If they get in the long line that's in this driving on the road. They just, to me, I really can't tell you how did the minds of human beings get so low to the ground. And I will say that because I think of this country and see what this country has done in the last 20 years. And the people that lives in this country are so content that this country is so great. Yes, it's great in wicked and evil. You're right. They ain't lying. It is great. It is great in the highest level of wicked and evil. That's why it has to come down to the debris. What happens where the debris is where it really is at. Now, the country has fallen. It's been falling, way back. But the debris is the effect of the falling. You see, a lot of us thinking, okay, well, they gonna nuke the United States and they gonna bomb this. Anything they do is not gonna take this country to where Ahiah has planned for it. It's gonna hit solid ground. It gonna hit the solid ground. And a lot of us looking for a country to do it overnight. We're looking for a country to come and nuke it out of here or bomb it out. No, baby. If they gonna do any bombing, it's gonna come to get you and I and everybody else. And that's why Ahiah is gonna get his out of here. Because they are really planning on, I believe, this is what I see them coming to the table at the UN or wherever they go and for the world and decide to take out the debris that's already down to the debris in this country. And it's a purpose, and the reason is because they're going to say that there is a disease or something that's in this country. We need to get rid of the whole country. But the country itself is already crumbling as far as the debris. Okay, it's been failed. The United States failed way back. I used to think it's in the 2004 is where it started falling. But from what I'm believing, the 21st century is the sign of the first falling of this country, and it has fallen. Now it's time to take the debris. That means the lives of the people. Every company, like they do, don't y'all see them destroy land and destroyed food plants and destroyed. That's what I'm talking about, debris. Debris to where you ain't gonna have nothing to do outside or go out and start killing each other. Stealing and killing each other. But more so killing each other. That's how bad it's gonna get. And then I believe that's when another trumpet is gonna be blown for Satan. That it's gonna cause those that have something to go after each other and others, because it's going to take their mind. They ain't going to be able to control it. I really believe that. And I'm thinking this is the sound of that 7G. That's the only thing I can think that they're planning all over the United States. That's going to be able to make a sound to track all those that are detached to it. Sound wave. And it's gonna knock it out the ballpark, you guys. So I say unto you, everything I'm saying to you is so important for you to remember, and more so, it's really for you to really test yourself. Not even test yourself. You know how we prepare for food and everything, saving food and putting away this and putting away that. But you know what? We never thought that we need to seek the kingdom of heaven first, and then consider that to be secondary. Because what happens is, no matter what, the way people are going to be coming after people's lives just to kill them, not even for their food. They're going to be coming after food, but the whole ideal is kill. And that's what this country has set up for the debris to fall in this country, is to kill and destroy. That's the end game for this country. Okay. Now, when it take place, and you ain't right with a higher, knowing you are, then you're gonna suffer as well as in the mindset of what is wicked and evil. That means if you don't have some sort of mindset that, okay, I'm walking in a higher, I'm walking in the light, I'm walking in spirit and truth, I'm walking, because that's the only thing gonna let you know if you might be in the Lamb Book of Life. Some sort of sign on the earth, but you're not gonna be on the earth doing wicked and evil, have a wicked mind and an evil mind, and killing, stealing, and destroying, and taking from people, and not hearing the voice of a higher, and think that your name is still in the book of life, so you ain't got no word about it. No. Don't make yourself so assured that your name is written. Why? Because you have to make sure, not that if your name is written, but if your spirit is aware of the sins of your flesh, and you have felt the desire to repent for those sins, because what's going to stand before a higher is your spirit for the sins of your flesh. For the sins of your flesh stands the sins of your body. See, your spirit going to stand before a higher, not your flesh. Okay? So I want you all to think about that. Like, really think about that and consider that. So Sister Deborah, say I will be back. And I would like to say to you all, shalom and shalom.